Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Going Places with Abu Maika. If this is your first time watching my videos, welcome to my channel where I talk about all things Canada from an immigrant's perspective. Now, this video is about traffic policing in Canada. I'm gonna talk more about how to prevent yourself from being pulled over by cops, okay? It's not a very nice thing. Sometimes when you're pulled over by cops, it means that they've noticed something about your vehicle or your driving. Okay, it doesn't always mean you've done something wrong, but yeah, nobody wants to be suspected of something. Okay, so you want to make sure that, hey, you've got you are driving well, and you don't have interactions with police that may result in you forking out money to pay a ticket. So I'm going to talk about that in this video. Do stay tuned. Okay, so it's a beautiful sunny summer day here in Edmonton, and I'm gonna flip my camera so that you can see the beautiful views as I drive to work. Okay, so back to our topic. Okay, how not to be pulled over by cops. Now, I've been driving in Canada for about almost 2 years now, and happy to say I've never been pulled over by a cop. And I've driven for so many. I think I've driven so far like almost 20,000 kilometers, and I've driven in so many cities in Alberta, and I've never been pulled over by a cop. So, what's the secret? There's really no secret, guys. Unlike back home in Zimbabwe, where not a month would go by without I would be stopped by cops, like so frequently. Even though I tried my best to obey all the rules of the road. Now in Canada, okay, someone pulls you over, it means they've noticed something about your vehicle or about your driving. Okay, so let's talk about vehicle issues first, and then we'll go to the driving issues. Okay, now so firstly, make sure that your vehicle has got a license plate. Okay, depending on your province, some provinces require you to have 2 license plates fixed onto your vehicle. British Columbia does that, and Ontario does that as well. Okay, in Alberta we only have 1 license plate at the back of the car. Elsewhere it's front and back. Okay, but always make sure that your vehicle license plate is there. Why? Because license plate theft is a very common occurrence in Canada. In some places more than others, but you don't always assume that your license plate is there. Okay, so if you don't check and your license plate is stolen and you're driving a vehicle without a license plate, it means you are not identifiable. And if a cop sees you driving a car without a plate, chances are they're gonna stop you, and you're gonna have a conversation about that. The second thing pertaining to license plates, make sure that your license plate is always visible. Okay, so as you can see the car in front of me, I can read that plate. Okay, police vehicles in Canada, whether it's an RCMP vehicle, peace officer, whatever, municipal police, those vehicles can scan your plates, and a lot of information can be pulled from that plate. Okay, so the plate can show a police officer whether that vehicle is registered, and what type of vehicle it is. Sometimes let's say that plate, let's say just that car in front of me. Okay, that plate, I'm just assuming that that plate is registered to that vehicle. Okay, it's for that particular vehicle. If you take a plate from another vehicle, from one vehicle, and put it on another, and then a police officer scans your plate and they see that this plate is registered on a 2010 Dodge Grand Caravan, but the plate is on a on a Ford F-150. They'll be like, okay, let's stop this and find out what's going on here. Okay, now it doesn't always mean that if you're pulled over you've done something wrong. Sometimes cops may just want to check if everything is okay. And I'll talk about that again in a second. So third thing, make sure your plate is always visible. Okay, sometimes in the winter and also in the fall when there's a lot of snowfall, your plate can become obscured by snow. So if a cop sees you with a vehicle with a license plate that's not visible, especially after the snowstorm, guys, chances are they're gonna stop you and they're gonna pull you over and say, hey, what's happening here? Can you please brush the snow off your vehicle so that the speed cameras can catch you when you rush past them. Okay, so that's very, very important. And then the other thing also when it comes to vehicle issues is make sure that your vehicle is registered. Okay, I'm taking too long on this vehicle stuff, but it's very important. Make sure your vehicle registration is up to date. Make sure your insurance is also up to date. Okay, I can't. That's really a no-brainer, guys. If you're driving an unregistered vehicle, hey, yeah, you're gonna have a conversation. Okay, as they call it here, we're gonna have a conversation about that. And then if you're driving a truck or a van or whatever, even sedan, you are more likely to be pulled over if you've got a load than if you don't. Okay, so let's say you're pulling a trailer, you're pulling a caravan, you've got bikes on a bicycle rack, you are carrying chairs on the back of your truck, or whatever. Police sometimes may stop you just to make sure your load is properly secured. There are rules about what you can carry on the back of your truck and the identifying marks that you must put there, and also and safety regulations about carrying stuff on your vehicle. So you have to make sure that any load you have is properly secured. Okay, so that's about vehicle issues. Of course, make sure that in British Columbia, I know that it's very common they're more strict about winter tires on the vehicle. So make sure that they always set a date by which you must fit winter tires on your vehicle. So if you've got, let's say they say everybody must have winter tires from October 1st, okay, up until the end of winter. So if your vehicle does not have winter tires, and winter tires, to the trained eye, they are very easy to identify. You can easily identify that that's a winter tire and that is not, even from a distance. So if you don't have winter tires on your vehicle when you are supposed to have them, chances are you're going to be pulled over by cops, and you're going to have a conversation. So now let's go to driver issues. Now your driving can also indicate that, hey, there's need for a conversation about your driving. So if you're driving too fast, for example, faster than the posted speed limit, and here in Canada there's no excuse, guys, for not knowing what the speed limit is. Especially here in Edmonton and Alberta, in places I've driven, you can never have an excuse for not knowing. You can never say I didn't know what the speed limit was. So they'll be like, so you're not paying attention to the road when you're driving. You probably shouldn't be on the road, right? So always follow the posted speed limit. Don't try to go faster than the limit. Of course, sometimes people say, hey, you can drive like 9 kilometers per hour above the limit or 10 kilometers per hour above the limit. Now it's up to an individual officer to decide whether they should issue a ticket to you for going a certain at a certain speed above the limit. Okay, so to be on the safe side, guys, if you see a speed limit, if the posted speed limit is 60, just do 60. Okay, you're not gonna get in trouble, but some officers can give you a hard time for going 62 in a 60, and you don't want that. You don't want that to happen. In Alberta, that's a ticket. That's like maybe $95 or $100 or something like that, just for going 2 clicks above the limit. And distracted driving as well can get you pulled over. So make sure that when you're driving, your hands are on the wheel and not playing around with controls or on your phone or something like that. That's gonna get you pulled over. And especially distracted driving while talking on the phone, holding the phone in your hand, that can get you a suspension. That can get you a suspension, a fine, and nobody wants demerit points on their driver abstract. Also things like not obeying road signs, not moving against traffic, moving in the wrong lane, things like that. Yeah, when you see yield sign, you must yield. When you see a stop sign, you must stop, because if you don't stop and somebody's driving behind you, you're gonna get pulled over. But still, hey, it's also for your safety and the safety of other road users to stop when you see a stop sign, even if there is no vehicle in sight. Okay, those are the rules. If you break them, there are consequences. Okay, so very important. Obey obey road signs, follow the rules of the road. Okay, so